Hello and welcome to Magzie's Fun Time. This is Magzie, and we are here back on Star Trek Online. I am on my low-level character. I just started. This is the they just released yesterday or today. It'll be yesterday for y'all when y'all see it. They just released the Delta Recruit, guys. This is a limited time thing. You will need to start a Delta Recruit between now and I think August 6th, if I'm not mistaken. Calendar's here somewhere. That. Anyway, maybe it's in here. Anyway, so you start to recruit. You get a special storyline mission, and it adds a couple of extra cinemas to your starting areas. You do have to actually go through the starting area. So let's get away from this dude. He's kind of a noisy guy. There we go. So you do have to start a new thing. They do give you an extra slot for your Delta Recruit, so that'll be good for you. As far as I know, that's for everybody. I had to max 3 characters, and I hadn't bought any more slots, and I got to start a new one. So I'm assuming you get a new one for the recruit. You do get special rewards every mission. As you can see, this is the Neutral No More mission. As you can see, every mission you get dilithium rewards. So the rewards should stack up, especially if you want to level this to max level. You do get rewards for completing missions and stuff. There's certain objectives right here, and every time you complete one of these objectives here, you'll get a reward. Like my next reward is at level 20. I just hit level 10, and it'll tell you what your reward is right here. And you get to pick. Once you open this thing, it'll let you pick which one you would rather have: either space weapons, space equipment, space consoles, or ground equipment. I don't know if that's the same every level. We can see. Looks like it. Let's click on 50. No, it's not. Look at that. Look at that. What about 40? Yeah, so when you get 50 here, you get the choice of 250 of each reputation marks, which is really good. 1,000, 10,000 reputation only dilithium, which is a really cool thing, and I'll tell you about that one in a second. 500,000 credits, which is crap. You can get that from anywhere. Oh, you get all of the following. Sweet. So you get all of this, and then 2 Delta Vanguard tech upgrades. I don't know what the Delta Tech Guard upgrades are, but sweet that you get the reputation only dilithium is it's like a credit for your reputations, and I'm assuming there'll probably be other ways of getting it too. You can get that, and whenever you do your reputation stuff up here in this little screen here, whenever you do the reputations in here, it'll minus it off of that 10,000. It'll minus it off that credit before it takes it off of your regular dilithium, which is pretty cool. The best thing about that, though, besides the dilithium, is that 250 of each mark should give you a head start on all your reputation stuff, which would be really good. Which you could use to up your reputation, or you could, use all 250 on it to get more dilithium. whichever you prefer. So as you do your quest for your thing to get these special benefits, you also earn bonus skill points per week, and every day this tally goes up, and at the end of the week, whatever tier you're on, gives you bonuses for the next week, and these are bonuses server wide for everybody, not just a particular faction or anything. So you'll be unlocking bonuses for yourself and for other people that are not Delta recruits, and for your own tunes. So if you got a main tune, you'll get the benefit on that one too. I believe it's extra expertise skill points, something like that. It's 50% for tier 1, 100% for tier 2, 150% for tier 3, plus a bunch of other ones. Go online. I'll try to link the page down in the description below, so you can check out the link down there, and it'll take you to the Delta Recruit section, so you can read on it, on all the little benefits and stuff for it. Do this, guys. It's basically it's a free character, and the benefits that you'll get out of it, even if you don't want to keep the character itself, the free dilithium that you get out of it is more than worth leveling up a character. You do have to start it between now and April 6th, I believe. If that is incorrect, I will note it on the screen, so you'll see a little uptick up here saying I'm retarded and I'm a derp, and and the actual date you have to start it by. I don't think you have to have it leveled by the end of that date. You just have to start one by then. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I will be leveling this character up while I'm leveling the other one. This is just a short video to give you all a little introduction to the Delta Recruit things. Another note before we call it a day. I was going to do the newest mission, Unlikely Allies. I believe that I'm going to end up having to do the entire Romulan mission series before I do that mission on camera, because it goes in line with that whole mission, and if I do it now, I think a lot of you viewers will be really confused about it. So, and I'll have to do the mission 3 more times anyway. So I'm going to try to get through the Romulan missions before we start doing any of the other ones. Besides that, I got to do some of the random missions in the Spear before I can move on to actual missions. So we'll do some of the Romulan missions while I'm doing those on camera, and you won't have to watch me do all those repetitive mission things that I have to do over there. But just tedious stuff. It's not really something I have to do on camera. Just like helping them out, going and getting supplies and bringing them back, just regular RPG stuff. Another thing I did want to show off, guys, if you do not like the regular RPG mode in this, you can hit the B button by default, the B button, and it switches it into the shooter. So you do still have to press the buttons instead of pressing these the triangles to fire, I believe. I haven't really used this that much. I might play around with it just so I give a full tutorial on how to do this and everything. I believe all the regular buttons, so you have the aim button that works with it, and then you can also crouch and move around while you're aiming, so that's cool. So I'll play around with that. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, if you like this episode, make sure you smack that like button. If you subscribe to my channel, I'll send you notifications when I have new videos out, and you can come check them out and see if you like them. If you do like this episode and you want to share it with your friends, tell them you liked it. There's a share tab down below. Click on the share tab, copy the link, post it on your Facebook, Twitter, wherever you do social media. And if you are playing Star Trek Online, make sure you start your Delta Recruit, guys. It's only going to benefit you, and there will be free storyline episodes. So if you're a big storyline person in Star Trek Online or Star Trek in general, there'll be some story elements added for doing the Delta Recruit thing. So make sure you do those. You also, as part of the territorial mission, will get this free Tesseract communication receiver, which will let you communicate with your future self. Well, lets her communicate with you. Let's get that right. Photo War. I already got a Photo War box. I got a guy, but they give you free guys. So the ones you get for your levels, there's really no point in them really. Also, I guess I'll show you off my ship real quick before we end the episode. The Mark IVs on the exchange are a little bit too expensive, especially on the Romulan side, because you're a little limited when you get to level 10 for funds. But I got some other upgrades on here. This one came from a quest reward, so I went ahead and put it on the back. Now, my build for season 3 will not allow me to use. I'm going with a special little challenge thing, so I will not be able to use these turrets on the back. I have to use mines, but for here I'm going to go ahead and use them. I don't think plasma turrets on the back is going to be the best bet though, but I mean, why wouldn't you equip this? I mean, really. Also, we did go Federation because that's the one I plan on doing my actual Romulan playthrough on. So I wanted to try out my build on here first, which means I should actually use mines, but it'll be okay. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. I am going to upgrade these 2 plasma torpedoes. Also, there are 2 specs, and I am going with the plasma spec, which requires me to be a science officer. There are also a torpedo boat build that uses transphasic torpedoes. I believe there's transphasic torpedoes, and that one requires you to go with a tactical officer for the benefits of their class. So another thing that I have a hard time getting over is when I go to space, I always set my mission, my little shape thing for maximum weapons. I do not need to do that with this build. I got to quit doing that. Weapons doesn't really matter because my main focus is going to be the torpedo damage. So if I go ahead and switch this out when I get enough funds to do that for a mine, I can just totally reduce that down. Although I just might go ahead and reduce it down. There's no point in keeping your weapon power all the way up for just one weapon here. And I do believe, from what I've read, that the torpedo damage does not scale with the power level. So there's really no point in keeping it maxed. And since I'm a science officer, I will be using a lot of science abilities for damage. So it might be better to go ahead and max out my auxiliary on this build. So it might be better to go ahead and go mines instead of the plasma torrent here. You let me know in the comments which one you think would be better for this one. I have read the thing. You're not a true torpedo boat build unless you're using mines on the back. So I will have to get rid of that eventually. But for now, you got to use it, right? I mean, I can't afford a mine right now, so I gotta use the plasma. And since we'll be maxing out, we'll probably go with plasma mines. The little thing with plasma mines, sometimes you can do some self damage with them, so you have to be careful with that because they do like an area effect. Also, I need to switch. Oh, it did it again. There we go. It doesn't really matter. I have 2 science stations, so I just got the ship. I hadn't put these in here. I am going to switch out this one, high yield, and this one too, because we don't need fire at will. We will be going with torpedo spreads here. That'll give us the maximum amount of damage. I do not like the high yield, especially for the plasma. High yield can be useful for some torpedoes, but for the plasma it just makes a really slow big torpedo, and that's not what we want. We want to be able to stack the plasma debuffs on there. So the torpedo spread is going to give us more torpedoes at once hitting the target, which is going to be more stacks of plasma damage. And if you look at their status, it's not a chance, it's a guaranteed plasma dot for 10 seconds. So, and it's for each one of these. So that is the plan, guys. I will take suggestions. Please be free to put it on the comments below. Your suggestions on the build. This is what I'm doing with my skills so far. This is probably going to be null and void because they're revamping this whole section and in the next upgrade or expansion or whatever they call it. And this isn't going to be here anymore. So, but for now, this is what we're doing. So, you guys, that's enough of me rambling on about nothing. Also, I'm going to fix this outfit up a little bit more. I like it for the most part. I can't figure out how to change the color of the actual skirt. So we might just go with pants so I can change the color. Who knows? Anyway, I'll see you guys on the next episode.